I just thought I would share something with everyone. As you can see, this is a map of the world, and you can see all the stars that are on here. Some that are in the ocean, some that are on various countries. You can see right here how heavily populated Europe is, Middle East, around Japan, the Far East, and everything. I just wanted to share this with everyone. I felt inspired. I was growing up with my dad was a carpenter. And one day he took me out on a job with him. He's built houses all up and down the East Coast and everything. And one day went into a man's house that he was working on. I guess I was about 10 years old. And one of the most influential things I ever saw in my life was when I walked into this man's house and he had an office in his house, and he had a map similar to this one in his office. And I don't know what kind of wood it was made out of that it was framed in, but it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And he had the map of the world, and it was hung on the wall, and it was framed, and it was just one of the most beautiful things I ever saw. And one thing that had caught my eye was he had a map, that was framed up, and he had a star for every country that he ever traveled to. And I was just so amazed by that when I was standing there looking at it with him. And he picked me up, and my dad was there, and he showed me, the map, and he pointed out various countries to me. And like I said, I was probably about 10 years old maybe, and he said to me, well, son, one day when you grow up, maybe you'll go and see the world like I did. Maybe one day you'll have a map hanging in your office or somewhere in your home, and it'll be covered in stars and representing all the places that you traveled to. And I just felt inspired by sharing that with everyone who plays this video. And I never thought at the age of 10 that I would grow up and one day get to see the world like I have. And I mean, as you can see by South Africa, I need to fill in some more stars. And with Africa, I definitely need to get some more stars there because it's pretty light right now, just Morocco. But as you can see, my map is not as covered as his was, but I do have some stars on it. And you can see Japan and China and Korea and the Philippines. But I just felt inspired to share that with everyone because I never thought as a 10-year-old boy that someday I'd be as a man and have a map hanging in my office in my home and have all these stars on it representing all the places that I've been to. And of course by now I'm, pretty much, everybody that knows and things I've done and whatnot, I'm definitely not finished, not by a long shot. But I just felt compelled to share that with everyone that no matter how you start out in life, the world is waiting for you to come and see it, And you can see by all these stars and all the places that I've been to, I've seen a lot of it. And growing up out in the country, growing up in a farming community, if you'd have told me that after I left that man's house that, so many years later I'd have a map like this hanging in my office, I would have told you, no way. I would have been happy just to go to D.C. or Baltimore, and that was a big deal. Not more or less getting on a plane. And I've been on over 300 flights. And to see the world like I have so many times, this is just pretty amazing of what your future hold and, the type of influence you could have on a child. I wish I could see that man right now. I wish I could show him my map and say, guess what, sir? You and I are in similar planes, I have walked the road that you've already been on, And hopefully before I'm done, I'll have a lot more stars on it. But I just wanted to share that with everyone. You have a great Saturday, and more great things are on the way. I promise. God bless.